Okay, I'm in Paglesham today. It's 11:15 in the morning. It's a Wednesday. I'm outside the Punch Bowl Inn at Paglesham Church End. There's Paglesham Church End and Paglesham East End. It's just past Rochford. I've done a walk here a long time ago with my mate Richard. I think it's a slightly different route. I think we went in this pub. I can't quite remember. So here's the route plan I'm doing. There's the map. Just got this out of a country walking magazine. The route's 8¼ miles, should take 4½ hours. So car's parked over there and I'm heading down this way. So I come in this way. Only took me about 50 minutes to drive here. Update on the driving again. It's going alright. Confidence is growing. That's about it really. I am going through a lot of petrol at the moment though. I seem to be putting in 20 quids all the time in that tank, but I've been doing a lot of walking lately, so I suppose it's made up for it. I'm not complaining at all, it's been good. I've just seen a group of ramblers walking this way, so I think I'm probably going to be on their tail for a bit. I think there's about 10 of them. They're always old people. You never see a young rambler. One of the reasons why I don't think I've ever wanted to join a rambling group is because I've really wouldn't be able to find anyone my age. And that's the Roach Valley Way. I've done a few sections of that before. I think the path follows a few sections of it. It's sort of like a big long distance walk around here at the moment. In this area rather. And yeah, so we're sort of heading out to like the River Roach, sort of the coastline of it as it were, and like sort of towards the estuary sort of way. So I think that is somewhere over there. The weather, it sort of looks like it's threatening to rain. It's a funny one really. It's not sunny, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes with this one. I've got my my Monte Minimus waterproof jacket on me, and sort of a shelter if I've got to cook lunch or eat lunch and it's raining. But I mean, it should be alright. There's 2 pubs on the walk. There's one at Church End, of course, the Punch Bowl Inn, and there's one at Paglesham East End. It's a slight diversion off the walk to get to it, but it's worth it. I just felt a couple of drops of rain in the air. So, anyways, yeah, I'll speak to you in a bit once I'm actually on the route. So this is the River Roach, and just walking along the path now. This path, I follow this out to the sea wall, and so that's where sort of the real views are going to begin. At the moment it's just sort of like farmland really. Yeah, Paglesham's nice. It's sort of the end of the world really. It's sort of, you feel like you're end of the world, sort of end of the line. There's nothing around you for miles, and it seems sort of quite desolate, very quiet. It's perfect sort of walking territory. I am tempted at some point, maybe this year, later in the year, to do the Roach Valley Way. It's not a really long walk, like long distance path. Might require one overnight. From what I've looked at on the map anyway, it doesn't look too far, so yeah, that could be a good little one to do. It's not too far away from home. I can drive there now, so yeah. In other news, this new camera, the old one, this is basically another Samsung. It's a different model, I can't remember which one. My old Samsung camera, it was black, this one's silver. It's the only difference I can sustain from it. Oh no, you don't use the same batteries as well, which was annoying. They all use SD cards, which is good because I've got plenty of those now. Yeah, my old camera, old Samsung, had it for years. It's filmed and taken photographs on just about every single walk that I've done. Any of the videos you'll see on my channel, they'll all have been done by that camera. All the photos were taken from it, everything. It served me really well, that camera, and it finally gave up the ghost at Thaxted. I think I mentioned it in the last let me think. I think Radwinter and Bendish Woods was the last footage I got on it. Then I went to do Thaxted and Great Eastern, and the camera just packed up on me. Just wouldn't work, wouldn't switch on. Like the lens wouldn't come in and out of the camera body. Absolutely no idea what had happened with that. So yeah, I had to scrap that. I borrowed, very kindly, Alex lent me his phone to film the Mersey Island walk. That was a really good walk, that one. Very hot day. I got really burnt. All my legs and arms are burnt. Well, I sort of got a tan to me. It's turned into a tan, which is good. And yeah, he lent me that, and I got some really good footage on it. I'm going to try and get it onto YouTube. At the moment, I'm sort of struggling. It's sort of technology is my biggest downfall. It was on Alex's phone, and he sent it to me via Dropbox, and at the moment it's stuck there. I've got to speak to him about that and try and get all that sorted, get that footage edited and get that on there for you to watch. It was a really, really good walk. We got some great stuff of like jet skiers, like the water skiers, those paramotor things, like I don't know, they've got the big circular engine strapped to their back. We got loads of footage of that. Some good photos of like the harbour at West Mersey. Yeah, it was a really good walk. It took us like 6 hours. About 12 miles. We did stop in 2 pubs. That was my decision. Yeah, it was good. So yeah, got this camera now. It's a bit better than my old Samsung. It's got more megapixels on it, but it's pretty much similar in how to use it, so that's good. So it's not too complicated for a simpleton like myself. I think the path goes that way. I'm just going to check the map, so I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, so I've climbed up the bank onto the seawall, and yeah, this is the right way to go. And we've got to head right. So over there, you probably can't see it in the distance. This camera does cut the sound out when you zoom in and out as well, I found. So over there, that church, that's Paglesham Church End, where I started. And yeah, here's where I'm heading. So I think East End, Paglesham East End is over there in the distance. I can see like some cranes that look like part of a dock, and some offshore windmills. Yeah, it sort of looks the right sort of way to go. So I'm going to head that way, and yeah, speak to you in a bit. I've just got to Paglesham Creek. It's a pillbox here from World War II. The path heads that way. I might just stop here for 5 minutes, have a quick little snack, and then continue on. But it's a little bit windy, but that's expected, as you know, you're on the coast. I think Church End is over that way in the distance, and yeah, so just stop here for 5 minutes. It's a nice view. Plus I want to check out this pillbox here, and yeah, I'll speak to you in a bit. Okay, my mistake. settlement over there that I was that's not Paglesham East End. Basically the path goes along this way. I've been on it for about 2 miles, and East End is over there in the distance. So yeah, and there's a pub there, so just to clear that up. Weather still holds out. The sun was coming out a little bit, still a little breeze, but yeah, it's mostly okay really. It's just sort of gone 12, it's nearly half 12 now, so we'll be getting to sort of the warmer part of the day, so hopefully the sun will make an appearance. Now that is the life for me. Sun's coming out now. It's quite nice. See if a boat or two in the distance. There's no way he lives there. He can't live in that. It's a shed and a collection of boats and some rubbish at best. It's probably where he's been working all his life. Absolutely brilliant. Tell you what, that beats working in an office any day. He's not young either, an old bloke. Just seen him wading out into the river to get the boat. Absolutely brilliant. Anyway, keep pushing on. I'm not at Paglesham East End yet. I think it's actually over there. I think I have to sort of cut inland away from the river to get to it. So, well, I might be close than I think actually. So, I'm definitely going to stop at the pub there. Hopefully it's open. Should be. So I'll speak to you in a bit. Come to another pillbox here from World War II, and this one looks like it's been well placed because it would have guarded the channel sort of coming in from here, so you can sort of see their thinking there. The sun's just gone in again, the wind's picked up. Coming out to more boats here now. Really nice here. And this is from the last one, I remember this section along here. Now I'm pretty sure, I'm sure some will say no, that top is completely wrong, but Charles Darwin, theory of evolution, his ship that he went on his expeditions with, the Beagle. Apparently the Beagle, after he returned from his expeditions and exploring, apparently the Beagle was dumped out in the Sound over there, out in the water and apparently you could, it was there for quite a few years, and you know, you go, oh look, that's Charles Darwin's beagle, famous ship, and it was just left to rot, apparently. I might need to check that one out and do some research on it, but I don't think it's still here now. I think it's long gone, but it's sort of quite amazing. So it's so famous, yeah, that ship was such an important thing in just human civilization, isn't it, really? If you think about it, the theory of evolution, I mean, okay, depending on, you know, we won't get into religion and stuff like that, but if you're talking evolution to that and science, you know, it is an important vessel, and yeah, they just left it, apparently, to rot, to decay. Yeah, as I say, I'm not sure if it's completely true or not, so don't take my word for it, but I'm pretty sure the last walk I went on, it mentioned that, and that was one of the reasons we did the walk. It was like, wow, that's a big piece of history, that. So yeah, I don't know really. In the distance there's me mate, the old bloke, still going back and forth to his little hut that's floating in the middle of the river, and yeah, back to the pillbox. So there's the the channel again. Zoom in a little bit. Even on like a not a particularly nice day, the views are still amazing, absolutely amazing here. I'm tempted to cook lunch here. I've got some new equipment, some new stuff that I want to test out, and I'm a bit hungry. I could do with something warm to eat and just sort of a bit of energy, lighten my pack a little bit. So I think I'm going to set up here, sort of out of the wind next to the pillbox. That will provide me a bit of natural shelter and a nice view with which to have lunch at. It's just gone 1 o'clock, so yeah, it's about, I call that lunchtime. And I'll speak to you in a bit. I'll show you what I've got and sort of little bits of kit, yeah? Okay, speak to you in a bit. Okay, so this is the pack I've got. It's my rain jacket there, Montane Minimus. I've got litre platypus with just, I think, strawberry and watermelon flavour water in there. Sun hat, don't really need it today. Got OS map of the area. And what else have I got here? All sorts of stuff. Another 50ml bottle, just a Mountain Dew bottle. It's got strawberry watermelon flavour in it again. I've got a litre of just plain water, so that's going to be for cooking. Then, so yes, it's my new pack, by the way, sorry. It's the new Terra Nova Laser Elite 20 pack, the new model. So it differs from my other one, which is the older version. I'm really in love with the older version, but I don't know, as I've used this one, I'm sort of growing to really like it. It's got a waterproof zip, goes up the front, that's your main compartment. You've got wand pockets there and there, this stretchy bungee cord. You've got a little zip here as well, waterproof zip, like a little sort of side pocket there, so I keep like lights, you know, head torch, my car keys, a wallet, and insect repellent in there. Then you've got on the hip belt, you've got these really bigger pockets than the original Terra Nova, and they're waterproofed as well, and they've got a little clip inside to like clip keys or a pen knife onto. You've got slightly smaller wand pockets. They're really good for like putting your phone or like a small bottle like that in, and they're really easy to reach around to while the bag's on your back. You can just reach around and grab stuff out of them. So I usually have like my phone and something like that, and a bottle of water, and then any rubbish I'll put in there as well. So I've got my phone in there at the moment, so another pocket on that side. Really comfy hip belt actually, probably comfier than the original Laser Elite. Then the straps are thicker and they're a lot comfier as well. Really like them. Still got, you know, a little whistle on there. You know, got the chest strap. And then I have added on just a carabiner. I've got one of those Friendly Swede survival grenades. This one's got the eye knife on it. And yeah, I spoke about that on my, I think it was the Great Dunmo, yeah, it was the Great Dunmo Walk, I think, an old Dunmo one. That was the other one I bought. I bought 3 of these actually. One of them wasn't Friendly Swede brand, but it's the same sort of thing with an eye knife in it. This is a Friendly Swede eye knife. And then the other one I got that I showed in the other video, the Great Dunmo video, that was just a knife, a small knife inside of it on a carabiner, and it's pretty much the same stuff inside this. They've got 2 models, you know, one's got an eye knife, one's got like a straight blade in it. Everything else is the same as far as I'm aware. So yeah, they're really good. So I've got that. I've got this little, it's called a Photon 2 mini light, and you just click it and then you can click that down and hold it on. It's a really bright light and it's tiny, it weighs nothing, but it is really useful. So yeah, it's not a bad light, that. And then I've got 2 of these little anodised aluminum waterproofed capsules. So the black one, that's got some emergency money in it. I think I've stuck a £10 note rolled up tight in there, so I've always got a bit of money if I need to. Always comes in handy at the pub, you know, extra drink. And then the blue one, that has got like sort of some allergy tablets, you know, hay fever tablets, and some paracetamol in it, and ibuprofen. I managed to just about squeeze them in there. I got the idea, I actually got the idea for most of this stuff, hanging on it from, once again, good old Pharaoh Alan out in the San Gabriels in America. He uses these capsules, and I thought, oh, that's a good idea, I'm going to get some of those. He usually, I think, carries like a similar sort of small light like that, and of course the Friendly Swede survival grenades, survival kits. He uses that as well, so I thought, yeah, I'm going to go with that, and yeah, I really like it. It's a good setup. I keep my camera, little pouch on the hip belt there, so it's easy to get to. As I say, at the moment it is looking a bit iffy, a bit grey, the sky, so I might need the waterproof jacket in a minute. Then unzip this. What else have I got in here? I've got just a basic like first aid kit. There's a candle in there, there's some hand sanitizer, lip balm, paracetamol, ibuprofen, plasters, some water purification tablets, tin foil, lung tin foil, some cable ties, so I've got stuff for repairs. There's like a blister for repair kit, some pack of 25 travel wipes, antibacterial, little waterproof notebook in the back there, and a pen. So I like to keep a journal of stuff when I'm out, and so if it's waterproof, that's good, because as it's called, you can write in the rain. This is a new bit of kit. This came with one of my survival grenades, not the Friendly Swede ones, that other, I think KOH it was called. I got it on eBay, and they sent me with it this knife. It's got like paracord on the handle, it's got this sheath, and yeah, I don't know how good it is, but so it's like the first sort of knife. You can't really read that, Anglo arms. Yeah, really nice blade. Yeah, it's very sharp. So you've got paracord on there, and yeah, it's got this little sheath as well. That's the thing, you see people on YouTube doing all this stuff, they're filming, doing gear reviews and stuff, and they're holding the camera and they're doing everything, showing all their kit one-handed. I don't know how they do it, hats off to you. I suppose it just takes practice, but I'm struggling anyway. I'll put that away later. Then I've got in here, I've got my Outkit Hunker bivvy bag. I've got a new bit of kit, another new bit of kit, a cocoon, a silk stick bag liner. You have to test that out actually. Then another new bit of kit with a new different stuff sack. That is a snug synthetic bag. It weighs about 800 grams. It's lighter than my other synthetic bag. It's got a summer bag, so it's a bit thinner. It's, you know, my down bag is light and all. It's 650 grams, but it's a bit warm. So whereas that's a little bit more suitable for this sort of weather. So I've got a liner to go with it as well. Then I've got an emergency sort of thermal bag. Yeah, of course it says it's lightweight, it's heat reflective, it's waterproof. The condensation on the inside is atrocious. It's part of the course. So what I'd probably do with this is put it underneath my bivvy bag and maybe fill it with grass and stuff like that to sort of make like a sort of a makeshift sleeping pad, because the only flaw with this pack is I can't really fit an inflatable sleeping pad in it. I probably could if I bought, say, like one of those climate inertia X-Lite pads, like the orange skeleton frame pads. Once again, Pharaoh Alan uses one of those a few times, and yeah, I wouldn't mind getting one of those because they fold up to like sort of like the size of like, well, a Coke can, small can. So and then what else I've got in the bottom here? Plus that, some polycryo ground tarp to go underneath everything. So yeah, I've got enough for an overnight here in a little 20 litre rucksack. It weighs absolutely nothing. It's like, I think last time I weighed it was about 5 kilos. Yeah, that was with, that was with food as well. The waters, of course, that's the most amount of weight, but I'd rather have too much water than not enough water, really. So, and then for food, oh yeah, I've got titanium windscreen, which I'm going to use because the wind is a little bit choppy here. Then I've got my titanium mug, 450ml mug. I've got an Esbit stove in there. I'm not going to use that today, but I'm going to use a gas stove, and I'm going to use my new pot. I'm really pleased about this. Ta-da! It's a Titaner 800ml pot. These were like on eBay. These were going for like £45. I got this for £27 brand new, so I'm really happy with that. It's got the lid, sort of the holes, yeah, so when it's boiled, you know, the steam comes out, whistles. And then with this little hook, you just push it to one side and it will stay upright, so you can just lift the lid off without burning, like sort of having to pick it up and burn your hands, yeah. Lift that up. I've got a trusty Trek towel, lighter, my BRS titanium gas stove. Oh, it weighs absolutely nothing. It's like smaller than the palm of your hand. And then I've got a little mini Coleman gas cartridge. And yeah, pot. It's got your handles here. Handles there. So I'm gonna cook lunch in that. Lunch is, I've got some super noodles, southern fried chicken flavour. I cannot wait. Then I've got protein cookie, oats and raisin, spork in there, some Alka-Seltzer, a couple of hot chocolates, 2 sachets of cup of soup. I always bring more than I actually need. and like a sort of a yoghurt fruit bar thing. I've had about 2 or 3 bars already today. So yeah, that's I think that's pretty much everything I've got with me. I've got, I might actually, hang on, what's in that pocket? Oh no, that's it. I've got, and then I've also got in this side hip pocket, I've got some sun cream. I've got a little Swiss Army knife in there. I've got some drink mix. I've got a fire still in there as well. I've got like matches, lighters, fire stills. I've got enough to start probably several forest fires or wildfires. I always bring like 3 forms of fire lighting. I don't know why. It doesn't hurt to. Don't weigh a lot. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. That is the kit. I pretty much carry this with me on most of my day walks, and if the worst comes to worst, I could always stay out overnight, sort of thing. It's not the comfiest setup I've got, but it would be comfy enough. It would be okay. It'd be all right. So yeah, I'm starving now. I'm gonna cook something to eat. These clouds are looking blacker by the minute. I'm just against the World War II pillbox at the moment. It's it doesn't look like the nicest one to shelter inside if it does rain. Smell a bit funky in there, so we avoid that. So hopefully it doesn't rain. Anyways, I'm going to eat and then I'm going to crack on. I'll speak to you in a bit. I've just finished having lunch. Absolutely brilliant lunch. My new cook pot was a success. Everything was a success. I did cut my finger though whilst using my titanium windshield, and I don't know if you can see on the camera, but it has started raining, so I've cracked out my little Montane Minimus rain jacket. Right, I'm going to carry on going now because I've stopped for like an hour and it absolutely flies by, doesn't it? And yeah, and all I've really had is like, you know, a packet of super noodles, a protein cookie, and you know, a drink, and I sit down, and it's taken like an hour, so yeah, goes by pretty quick. Right, I'm gonna press on. It's like these wrecks here, just in the foreground. I can remember them from the last time I was here with Richard. So this bit was quite memorable. Really nice, this bit, Paglesham East End. Right, I'm going to, I think it's just up here, not too far sort of where these buildings are in the distance. I'm going to turn off onto the road, head inland only a little bit and find the pub and stop for a drink there. So I want to check the pub out too. So I'll try and get a photo there as well. Okay, I'll speak to you in a bit. Okay, so I'm at Paglesham East End boatyard. That's coming up soon. So there's all like the houseboats and the hulks along the side of the river here. So the pub in Paglesham East End is the Plough and Sail. And so what I've got to do is turn right up ahead at the access road for the boatyard, and then it's a left and the pub should be right there. So I'll stop there briefly, have a quick drink, and then I'm gonna retrace my steps and carry on along the sea wall. So I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay, so I've just got to Jubilee Cottages. I'm heading back towards Paglesham Church End. I've walked along the rest of the River Roach, Paglesham Congregational Church, just here. I've just seen a sign. That's obviously one of those little funny little ones, not your typical church. So yeah, last little bit to go now. I've passed places like Stannett's Creek. Trying to see where else it says on here now. So it just follows like the sea wall path really. Along the whole thing, it's about 3.5 miles more after the Plough and Sail pub once you retrace your steps back to the sea wall. And I didn't get too many photos because the weather was a bit iffy and it was coming out really dark. And then yeah, basically I was just sort of I was in a little bit of a rush really to get back, but not far to go now. About another, let me have a look on the thing. Got mind the road. Got about another 7.25, probably about another mile to go back to Paglesham Church End. So I'll see you there in a bit. Okay, so I'm back at St Peter's Church in Paglesham Church End. Now, my car's parked just down there at the Punch Bowl Inn. I'm going to have a look in the church first and then head to the pub. I'll film a bit more inside. Okay, so I'm inside the church, St Peter's, Paglesham Church End. Door was actually open for once. A lot of churches you go to, they're never open. It's always annoying. But as I say, like I've said before, it's kind of the time we live in, I guess, really. People can't be trusted, unfortunately. Nice little church, you can tell it's old. It's the big Bible. 1870, rebound 1936. Wow. These coats of arms on the wall. Stained glass. Okay, so I'm just walking back through Paglesham Church End now. It's the end of the walk. The pub is at the end of the road. Just in the middle of the road, right in the distance, you can see the pub benches. That's the Punch Bowl Inn. Also here and at Paglesham East End, these old red telephone boxes have been converted into defibrillators. So in the need of one, it's in there. How good's that? It's these really nice little weatherboarded cottages along here. It's really nice. I've just been in the church and yeah, I'm heading now to the pub. It's a good little walk that. So the weather was a little bit iffy at one point with the rain. There's a breeze at most of the time along the river and the sea wall. But the sun came out a few times, it was quite nice. So yeah, here is the pub. And oh, it looks like it might be shut. They were shut during the day, don't they? There we go. Yeah, I've got a bad feeling that's shut. It's a good thing I stopped at the Plough and Sail then. Oh well, I've got my car parking for free then. Thanks guys. And there's my car, silver one. That's been a good walk. Shame about the pub being shut at the end, but no matter. I should probably think about heading back now anyway. So Thanks for watching, and you'll see me in the next one.